So when we had the furlough,
Mm-hmm.
there was a lot of people in this area that was like assed out.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
So we got a lot of people making all this money,
I was really surprised.
and I think it was maybe one paycheck in that they weren't getting paid.
They were hurting.
All hell's breaking loose.
I saw it on the news because they were lining up at grocery store because they were handing out food supplies and stuff. And I was like, these are federal employees, and I get it. Everybody, you don't know what their situation is, but it was like it was packed out lines. I mean, I even had a real estate client. I went into a property, and the owner, nice house, she was stressing about not getting her check.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, wow, they're really living check to check.
Yeah.
They're because it's always the stereotype that people in the government, they just stealing this money.
Yeah.
That's one too.
Drain
But-
swamp.
But just
I mean, I mean the regular workers, not the politicians. We already know about that.
yeah. But that they just their salary, because these are guaranteed salaries.
Mhm.
They already know exactly what they're going to make that year, so
Yep.
you're figuring that they're planning ahead of that. And then when you see the furlough happen, and so many of them were like, how am I going to pay my car note? How am I going to pay for groceries? I'm like, wow, you didn't even have at least a couple hundred set aside just to pay for groceries.
They live at a certain lifestyle, so they live in a nicer area, which costs more. Their wife or significant other might not work, and
so
stay
they're already a
home.
little over leveraged.
They might have multiple kids that go to private schools. Oh, that's $1,500 a month right there per child. So say you got 3, that's $4,500 gone. So between the $4,500 for the private schools, the mortgages, another $2,500. Oh, I got 2 vehicles. The missus needs a nice minivan. So it's being over leveraged and basically living like you make that amount of money. So I think in our heads, because we don't make $15,000 a month, we don't take home $15,000 a month. It sounds like the best thing ever, but it's like I think it's also you have to live under your means.
You do,
which is probably easier said than done.
It is easier said than done
because we live in a society where it's like I'll pay it later. So it's like, okay, I
put it on credit card.
I'll put it on credit cards. I'll be okay this month.
I
we'll
got
pay
some
it off.
cash if I need to pay it off early.
Yep. But we keep doing the same thing over and over. Where it's like I'll pay on credit. Next one I'll pay on credit. The next one I'll pay on credit. And before you know, it's like, oh shoot, I'm spending $15,000 every year. I mean every month. So I think it's easier said than done.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, people not just because you make a certain amount of money doesn't necessarily mean that you have good financial skills. So that's how you saw people. I mean, shoot, think of when COVID hit in the business, how many billion-dollar businesses needed bailouts and was like, oh, we're not going to make it till this month if we don't get help from the government.
Right.
Yeah.
In
So,
that 1 month.
Yeah, in that 1 month. And so it's like, it was interesting to see, like, people always say, oh, you have to have this amount of rainy day fund to make sure you can survive, and they see that these billion-dollar businesses don't even have that.
Yeah.
They everything's in their stocks. So
Right.
It's
tied up.
people still, you get money and you spend it. A lot of people have that mentality, and I mean, sure, I do. I'm not going to act like I'm above that. I'm not really that good at saving yet. I'm trying to get there, but you get money, you're going to find those things that now that you can afford, those price tags are going to start looking different. So
you like that boat? Get the boat.
Exactly. You're going to get a boat. You're going to go on this vacation, but you're going to get the nicest room with the private pool, and you're going to start doing those things that spend more money, and then you're going to look at your account and it's going to, almost be the same. It's not going to be as much, except that, if I buckle down for a couple months, I'll have some money in my account. So that gives you that freedom to be able to spend more money because you can make it back.
Right.
So a lot of people are, they got that guaranteed money and they spending it.
I think because we see there's a lot of content now. People talking about this is financial advice where they say you need to have this set amount for 3 to 6 months, and most people are like, oh, that's not realistic because they already not used to saving money.
Yeah.
And it's a tall task. It is a tall task to say, hey, put away 6 to 8 months worth of your living expenses, because everybody's living expenses
And
is
don't
different.
touch it.
And don't touch it.
Yeah.
And don't touch it when it's like, dang, I can have that money working. Yeah, I can have that money working for me in some other way, whether it's business or investment versus. But I still strongly believe, because there's a lot of people or gurus out there that telling people, cash is no good. Why are you savings accounts are a waste of time? It's like, hold on now. Now, look, this is not financial advice. I'm not an accountant. I'm just basically explaining off of experience,
your perspective,
my perspective.
Yep.
But I believe savings accounts are still very important. Savings account is not intended to make money. It's not intended to grow. It's a safety net. Yeah. That's how I look at it. I look at it as a safety net. Yes, maybe that money is not making much interest. It's not working for me. Yeah. But it's better than saying, well, I got all my money tied up in investments, and now if something hit the fan, and I can't even go pull that money right away. Or if I pull that money, there's penalties and taxes and things like that. I need to have some cash I can touch right away.
Well, I think you shouldn't listen to you can listen to the financial gurus, but I think you should take the goods from each person.
Right. Yeah. So maybe spit out the bones.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like what was it? Bruce Lee. He took different parts of different styles of fighting and put them together. Right. And now you're fluid. So yeah, you should have 6 months of savings put to the side. You should probably also have cash on hand as well, just in case for some reason the banks close down. Oh, we don't want everybody to take your cash out and run, so we're shutting down right now. You should have cash in your house, that way, in the safe or something like that. That way, it's like, oh, okay, y'all close down. Well, at least I can feed my family.
Exactly.
You should definitely diverse and have you should invest your money. So many different things you should just take and build them for your needs.
Right.
A la carte style. I want this, and this is what works best for me.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of just saying, okay, Mr. Dave Ramsey, I'm gonna listen to you 110% only.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts.
Yeah. So I mean, I in terms of this, I'm hopefully to get there soon. You know what I'm saying? But I think that I do think though, what Joe, in terms of that 15,000, that's like a number where you're good. You know what I'm saying? I think there's a level under that you can still be comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You can still be comfortable because you can still get a Chevy Malibu. Like that's what I drive.
Right.
It's a very nice car. There's always levels of comfort, and then at a certain point you get to luxury.
Yeah, you may say, hey, I don't need all these TV subscriptions and stuff. There's definitely things.
Because if you saving 40 grand a year, just putting it to the side for your business, then that's luxury. You know what I'm saying? That's a luxury. And that business I assume would be booming.
I hope so.
That'll be a booming business where that 36, you'd be making way more than